Africa. Now, investors have their attention fixed on today's 550 billion naira T-bills auction. Now, on the bond side, elevated bids skewed towards the belly of the curve with emphasis on the January 2035 paper. Chukwunonso Ifejiofor, Treasury Team Member at Access Bank, joins me now for more market movement here in the studio. Also, thanks a lot for joining us on the show today. Now, let's get into it. Let's start off really now with the outcome of yesterday's OMO auction. We had the surprise one last week, and then we are having this Tuesday OMO auction, 550 billion for today's T-bills auction, I beg your pardon. And then we also had yesterday's $500 billion OMO auction. Walk us through the allotment level, subscription, stop rates. How did things pan out yesterday?
Yeah, so David, thank you for having me. Just like you rightly mentioned, we had a surprise OMO auction yesterday for 500 billion.
Yeah.
That's the offer. 250 billion on the 315-day paper and 329, and 250 billion too on the 329-day papers. At the auction, we saw a subscription base of 773 billion. However, most of the sales was skewed towards the 329-day paper, where we saw a sales of about an allotment of 716 billion. On the 315-day paper, the allotment was 40 billion. Yeah. We saw the stop rates close at 22.69%. Sorry, I beg your pardon, 22.65% on the 315-day paper. Yeah, and then the 329-day paper, we saw the
at about
stop rates
22.7,
at 22.72%. Now, just draw a connection between what we saw at the last auction, the OMO auction on the 29th.
Yeah.
It's not quite far where the rates at close. The 315-day paper for the last auction was at about still 22.69, and then the 350-day paper was at around 22.73. So there was really no much movement on the on where the rates had closed. For today, what we have is the NTB auction.
Yeah.
Just like you rightly mentioned, 550 billion, 50 on the short end, 100 billion on the belly of the curve, and then 400 billion on the long end of the paper. Also drawing a parallel between what we had seen at the last auction on the 23rd of April. That was before the May 1st, the Workers' Day break. Yeah. We had seen a robust subscription base of above 1 trillion. We had also seen the allotment at around 714 billion. It's worthy to note that we've seen the DMO play around the sub 20% for the long end, and then sub 19% for the mid-dated papers, and then the short end of the curve. That shows that they really do not have an interest to move above 20%. And looking at the fact that we've had back-to-back OMO auction, the subscription can still be healthy, but we don't expect it to be as overwhelming or as robust as what we had seen in the past. And we would also expect that the rates should still be at around the sub-20 levels.
Okay. Let's talk about the near-term outlook now. When we're looking at system liquidity and also for the FX space as well, demand pressure still persists.
For some time now, we've seen a healthy liquidity base. Liquidity has been over 1 trillion, and that has also been a good support system for some of these auctions we've seen. We've not really seen that much participations from the FPIs for some of the OMO auctions that we've seen. We've also seen the Apex Bank really being involved and playing an active role in ensuring and intervening in the market. As at this morning, they had also come to the market to intervene. We've seen the rates over around the 1603 to 1609 or 1610 levels. That shows that investors really are not willing to move past the 1610 band. So our expectation is that for the longest time, or in the near term, we should still see rates over around the 1590, 1605 levels.
Okay, Nonso would have to leave the conversation here for now. Thank you so much for your time. That was Chukwunonso Ifejiofor, Treasury Team Member at Access Bank.